Hey, Ananta.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm reasonable.
Oh, good. You just said the process of getting the mind to where you are going, getting aligned with that target. Can you explain what you were talking about a little bit more there?
Sounds like bullshit to me. Well, you see, what it is um, there's full involvement with thoughts and feelings and actions in the dream, okay? And then there's just starting to be able to uh, distance yourself from this personal world and look to that which you truly are, that essence that is unchanging, that was there before you were born, will be there after you die. And kind of realigning as a process, as a personal process toward pointing in the direction that you're going. Now you understand all this is still within the world of the dream, because the dreamer thinks it's going somewhere, thinks it's going this way or that way, toward spirituality, toward enlightenment. All of that is still part of the dream. But in the process, it points you in the right direction. So in other words, I had done all kinds of things. I had meditated, I had chanted, I had read books, I had gone to gurus, I'd been in satsang, I did this, I did that. I did all kinds of things on the path, on the spiritual path, that got things aligned in such a way that it enabled for the dismantling, for the letting go to happen, okay? So it was just, all of it was getting things aligned and pointed in the right direction. Because you see, ultimately you don't have to go anywhere to be where you are, okay? When you're looking for who am I, what am I, you know, finding that place is not a long trip. I took the long way. I went all over looking. But you don't have to go anywhere to be who you are. In fact, if you could just stop trying and stop doing, the who you are is what's left.
Mhm.
So it's all, I'm still putting these things into words, so they're not correct. But if they get you aligned, you know, ultimately, all that needs to happen is that you don't forget. That the thing about life is it causes you to forget who you are. The link up that you make with your thoughts and feelings and actions causes you to fall into a place of forgetfulness, and you lose that pure sense of being, which is behind everything. You lose it in that sense of doing, which is nothing, because nothing here is being done. Okay, you take some action today, and tomorrow that action will be nothing. It will just be a memory. It's important that you remember, that you keep everything in context, that everything that you do today, everything that you think today, everything that you feel today is nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's just a memory. It's clearly an illusion. It's just like a dream, you see. A dream happened last night, and it was a memory, and maybe the memory only lasted a moment. Maybe it didn't even last. But that's this life too, you see. And it's, if you can remember that all of this is just an appearance in consciousness, this is just a dream. If you can remember that, if you can remember that this is a dream, then you stop linking up with it. You stop identifying with it. You stop believing in it. You stop valuing it. It all loses its sense of solidity. And then what's left is who you are. And that's what always was there, but you were distracted from it by this appearance in consciousness and your identification with it. That help at all?
Well, yes, of course. However,
Yes.
it's almost like, how do you remember the taste of an orange if I mean, you've tasted it, so now you can speak about it, but it's almost like did your path prepare you or lead you for that moment when you sort of, I guess, fell into the next not knowingness? Do you think that was part of the journey? Like, would you have made it if you didn't do all those things?
Yeah, the thing that being with my gurus, there was a feeling. There was a certain feeling I had around them. And that I knew was it. Okay? That feeling was, I could feel the presence of unconditional love. Unconditional love, just this pure sense of being. I could feel it really strongly with them. That's what I was trying to remember. That when I was there and it was felt just like that, I knew that was it. So there was a recognition of what it was and what it isn't. Because, you can trust the ego to get involved with all this. And the ego says, oh, this is it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. That ain't it. Because the ego's there, still identifying with it, you see? And I could feel the difference. I could feel the difference when the ego was involved, when the ego wasn't. So it helped in the discrimination between what it was and what it isn't. So I wasn't able to trick myself in that way. So, yeah, so it was helpful in that way. Just the recognition of that energy. I became very, very good at recognizing that energy. I could be in India and be just waiting in line somewhere. And if someone was in that line who was in line, I could feel it.
Mm-hmm,
I could feel it in the middle of nowhere. I would recognize it, you see. Experience there. And so that was really the spiritual practice that I kept throughout, was hanging out with enlightened beings. And it was the thing that really, in the end, this project of not forgetting what really worked, because I could recognize what it was when it was there and what it wasn't when it was pretending to be there. And then it was just a matter of discriminating and not allowing myself to forget and being ruthless about remembering. Ruthless.
So do you think, like with the guru, you got to, almost like be infected by that feeling?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah, I caught the virus. I caught the virus, and eventually it took its toll, destroyed the ego. Eventually.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.